She was called Grand Fairy. And it wasn't because she was a grandmother, although she was, but it was because she was so wise and old. Well, there was a young fairy who was just so beautiful. Her name was Lena. And Lena, all of the fairy boys thought, oh, Lena, oh, Lena. Lena was so beautiful with her long silver hair and her very lilac wings. But something had happened to Lena when she was very little. She had fallen and bent part of one of her wings. So she could only fly in a circle. She couldn't fly straight. But that was okay because she was so beautiful. All the boys overlooked that. But not the fairy girls. As you know, fairy girls can be very competitive. Well, Lena can't fly straight. Lena's not a real fairy. Lena's just broken. So Lena grew up having not very many girlfriends and felt sad. In fact, she felt so sad, she just pretty much gave up ever thinking she'd make it into the fairy circle. Now, for those of you who don't know, if you look behind us, you'll see there's a fairy ring right in this grass right here. Now, isn't that kind of interesting? Because every year on Midsummer Night, which is the very first day of summer, the fairies come from all over, galaxies and here in enchanted forests, and they all come together because as it gets close to midnight, the fairies start dancing, and they dance wilder and wilder and wilder. And just at midnight, they start to form a circle. And whoever, whatever boy and whatever girl can get into that circle before it closes gets to be married. Only one couple every year. So all year long, boys and girls think and plot and plan how they're going to be the one to be in that circle when it closes. Well, Lena pretty much gave up that would ever happen because how could she ever fly into the circle? She couldn't fly straight, and if she wanted to try to hop in, she certainly would crash into somebody next to her. It was next to impossible. And the boys knew it was next to impossible too, because how could she get there to meet them, even if they plotted and planned? Well, Grand Fairy was very wise, waited and waited for the day when Lena would come, and eventually she did. Lena said, Grand Fairy, I am never going to be able to be married. I'm going to be the new Grand Fairy someday, so you need to give me some of your wisdom. And Grand Fairy sat back and she said, oh, you haven't explored all of your options. You haven't even thought about how to fix this problem. There is a way for your wing to be fixed. And Lena was all ears. My wing could be fixed. I could fly straight. I could fall in love. Oh, please, Grand Fairy, tell me how to do it. She says, well, it's actually very dangerous. So I really don't know how you're going to accomplish it. But I know you're a smart fairy and you'll figure it out. In the morning, any morning, just before the sun rises, you'll have to go out and pick the first dew before the sun rises. And if you take that dewdrop and splash it on your wing will be healed. That sounds simple enough to go find a dewdrop just before the sun comes up. But there is a danger. As you know, fairies cannot be in the sunshine. They only come out at night because their wings are so gossamer and paper thin If the sunshine touches them, they wither and die, and they are no more. So it's very dangerous. How is Lena going to get that dewdrop just before the sun comes up and be able to fly away when she can only fly in a circle? This is going to be really difficult. She's going to have to think about this for a little while. Well, in the meadow, there happened to be a young, very good-looking, handsome as heck fairy boy whose name was Thorn. The only problem with Thorn, and there was a big problem with Thorn, is that he was blind and he couldn't see. But because he couldn't see, he had developed all kinds of ways of getting around. He could listen very carefully, and he could know exactly where you were and where you were and even where you were, because his hearing was so sharp. And he'd learned how to feel, and he could feel the wind, and he could feel the slightest breeze. He could feel the slightest coolness and even the slightest heat from a ray of sunshine. He had a lot of things going for him. And he had heard about Lena. He'd heard about all the boys talking about Lena. Beautiful, gorgeous Lena. Oh, if Lena could only fly straight into the circle, I'd marry Lena, said one. Oh, no, 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 I'd marry Lena, said another. But Thorn thought, I could never marry somebody like Lena. She's way too beautiful for somebody like me. Because he was blind, he'd never seen himself in his dream. He did not even know he was handsome, and neither did he care. It mattered not. Well, it just so happened that he felt the presence of a very sad fairy one day, and he flew down and he started to talk to her, and lo and behold, it was Lena. And he said, why are you so sad? And she says, who are you? He says, I'm Thorn. She says, there's something kind of interesting about you. He goes, well, it's my eyes. I can't see. She says, oh, that's what it is. She says, well, how did you know I was here if you can't see? And he said, I felt you. I could feel your presence, and I could feel your sadness. She says, yeah, I am really sad. And he says, well, maybe I can help you. She says, no, you can't help me. You can't even see, and I can't fly straight. My goodness, we're a lost pair for sure. He says, well, what is the problem? She says, well, my wing is broken, and if I can get the dewdrop right before the sun comes up, I can splash that dewdrop on my wing and be healed and be able to fly straight. And he says, well, I think I can help you. She says, how are you going to do that? He says, well, I can feel when the sun's coming up, and I can swoop in, and I can get the dewdrop. But I will need your help, because you'll have to tell me where it is. Oh, I don't know. Would you really do that for me? Well, of course I'd do that for you. That just seems so strange to Lena. Why would somebody she'd never met do something so nice for her and even risk his life? Because if he didn't get out of there before the sun burst over the horizon, he was a goner for sure. She says, I don't know, it's pretty risky. He said, you know what? I want to do this for you. So they decided it would be the morning of Midsummer night. They would just wait right before that sun, and he would swoop down, and she'd say, it's right there, and they would be able to get that dewdrop. So they waited all night, waiting and waiting and waiting. And then he could feel the first warmth of the rays. And she said, I see one. I see one. You're going to have to fly straight, and it's on a leaf on a rose bush. Don't get caught in the thorns, and hopefully you can turn around and come back and bring it to me. And then I can splash it, and I'll be able to fly straight. It'll be so exciting. I can hardly wait. And just as the sun almost burst over the horizon, off he flew. He found it. He picked it up so gingerly and flew back and handed it to her just as the sun came up. Oh my goodness. You cannot imagine how excited Lena was. Oh, this was her moment. He handed her that dewdrop so carefully, and she looked at it and smelled it. Oh, it was her moment to be healed, to be a real, whole fairy, equal to all the other girls. Maybe she'd even have a friend. And then she looked at Thorn, and she said, "Thank you, thank you, thank you." And she began to look really at him, like she'd never looked at him before. And then she did something she never thought she would do. She smashed it right into his face, and instantly he could see. She spent her dewdrop and healed his eyes. And as soon as he opened his eyes and looked at her, oh my goodness! Look at the colors! Look at the green! Look at the hiding between the leaves, the sun sparkling through. And look at you! What happened? What happened? You healed my eyes? Lena, you healed my eyes? And Lena just sat very still. And he grabbed her and hugged her and began to kiss her and kiss her and kiss her. And he said, "Why did you do this?" And she said, "Well, I've lived a long time, and no one's ever tried to do anything for me. And you were so kind. I can't even believe you did that for me and risked your life. And you deserve to be able to see." He says, "But what about your wing?" She says, "Oh, it's just a wing. I'm never going to be in that fairy circle anyway. It's just a wing. I'm going to grow old and be the Grand Fairy." Well, that was Midsummer Night. And all of the fairies started to gather throughout the day, and as soon as the sun started to go down, they started coming out from their hiding places, and the music started getting louder and more lively, and they were dancing and plotting and plotting and plotting. And Thorn said, "Come on, Lena, let's go see who's going to make it in the circle." And he took her by the hand, and they stood there by the circle, and the fairies were coming from all over, and the circle was closing and closing and closing. And just before it closed, Thorn grabbed her hand and pulled her into the circle as the circle closed. And he said, "Lena, I'm in love with you. Will you marry me and be my fairy bride?" And she said, "Oh, Thorn, yes, forever and ever." And because he had sacrificed his life for her, and she had given her one chance for him, her wing, because of love, was healed. And they flew out straight up into the air, twirling and dancing, while all the other fairies clapped, and some cried, but not more than Lena, who was so happy, and Thorn, so in love. The end.
Oh, God.